What's up YouTube, it's your boy Bodega Fresh, the freshest dude on YouTube, and today I'm back for my second video of the day, and I'm going to be giving you my reaction and my review to the movie Venom. Guys, this movie was highly anticipated, especially by me, because it's to get a standalone film for one of your favorite anti-hero characters of Venom and Eddie Brock was super dope to me, and it made me excited to go see this movie. No matter how many bad, crazy reviews that I saw online about it, saying this movie was trash, that it made no sense, and how it should have been made like 15 years ago, made me nervous, but I was still excited to go see it, and I had to formulate my own opinion for it. Especially, I wanted to see it to begin with. I was going to have to. And I was lucky enough to go see it with my homie Asher, one of the dopest, chillest people I know. And if you guys don't know who she is, make sure to go follow her on Instagram, as well as follow me on Instagram. I'll put our handles up on here. I'll give you guys a second to go follow us, so go ahead, go do it. Yeah, I'm watching. You better go do it. Guys, for those of you who haven't seen the movie, don't worry, this is going to be a non-spoiler review. I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys. I want you guys to watch this review and listen to what I have to say, and hopefully it gets you more excited and not worrying about, the horrible reviews this movie is getting. But with all that being said, guys, here we go. So, if I was going to grade this movie, honestly, I would say it's a 7. And that is because while the reviewers who said this movie was horrible and it didn't make sense and stuff like that, I can agree some parts with that, but other parts not really. Now, the story wasn't the best. It was a little rushed to begin with, and it didn't make some sense. It didn't make sense sometimes, and it was a little clunky. But overall, the movie was entertaining. And I give it that. Like, one of the first things that stood out about this movie was the soundtrack. And that's really weird to start off with, you may think. It's like, but the soundtrack starts off with some Pusha T, and it's like, and it goes to Eminem and other artists, and it flows with the movie well. Like, the soundtrack keeps you entertained, and you're like, okay, yeah, dope. As well as there are people in this movie that stole the show. And by far, Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy does a phenomenal job as Eddie Brock. In the beginning, you're kind of like, wow, Eddie's a little weird or like full of himself, and then you're like, okay, I get what the character is, but like it really seems like Tom Hardy has a fun just portraying this character. Giving you the moments where he's serious and doing his job, funny, loving, caring. And I think my favorite parts of Eddie Brock throughout this movie were when Eddie was just bonded with Venom and starts, like in the trailers, when he starts hearing voices, he doesn't know what's going on, and the pure, his acting of pure confusion of, I'm sorry, why am I hitting you? I don't know, like, what are we doing? Was very entertaining. It was funny. It was just a good job of acting. It wasn't overacting, in my opinion, and I think Tom Hardy did a phenomenal job. Now, the best parts of the movie are obviously going to be with Venom, because that's what we watched the movie for. And I didn't go into watching this wanting like this phenomenal story, like that was going to blow my mind, like, something like an Avengers or like a big story-based movie. No, I wanted just to see my favorite character, one of my favorite characters, doing what he does best and just entertaining me. Now, if Spider-Man would have been in it, wouldn't it have been better? Hell yeah! Give me Tom Holland and Venom fighting. That would have been dope. But it's okay. I think this movie warrants enough. It may not be able to like centerpiece a whole universe around it just yet off of this movie, but we have time. There are other sequels that are going to be coming out. I think though, like besides Tom Hardy, it's kind of hard because not any of the cast really do like leave me a lasting impact. Michelle Williams' character, like, and his girlfriend / fiance thing, like she does a good job of making you hate her and thinking that she's super bougie. Now, if that's what she was supposed to do, then sure. I wasn't really a fan of her, and I was just like, most of the movie I was like, oh God, you're annoying. I can't. But Riz Ahmed's character of Carlton Drake was very interesting. He does a good job. Because the only other movie I've ever seen him in was Rogue One, where he was just like a crazy pilot. And it was kind of like, whatever. But I wanted to see what he could bring in this movie. And he did bring a commanding character like that. You know, do not cross my path. Like, do not cross me in a bad way, and I will end you. As you can see, like, you know, like throughout the movie, like he makes his presence known of his power, and that's just through financial means and stuff like that. As well as, if you've seen any of the trailers, it's not really a spoiler that you know he ends up being Riot, the other symbiote in this movie, the evil symbiote in this movie. And when he gets to Riot, it was pretty cool. Like, it was pretty damn intense. My man was a savage. And like, if you can get, and this is not really a spoiler in the movie, because it doesn't, like, if you could get Venom saying, my man, you have not seen some of the stuff he can pull, like, he really brings it, and it's really entertaining. Especially their fight scene was pretty dope. I wish we probably would have got more of Riot, and like more, I guess, of why is he such a powerful force. But it's cool because it's Riot. Like, he's known in the comics, but he's not like that dude. So I understand if they, like, you know, just wanted to make him like a one-off villain for this movie. That's understandable. There are other symbiotes that we do know and we care for more, like Carnage, Toxin, Hybrid, and Creel, I think, the king of symbiotes. But going off this, past the symbiotes, the supporting cast were interesting. It was, I don't know, the movie had its problems, and that's why I give it a 7. And it's, if it wasn't for like Tom Hardy being such a good Eddie Brock / Venom, this movie would have been horrible. But at the end of it, it is very entertaining. It's funny, it's scary. There's just so many meme-worthy moments that make it great. And just seeing Venom just be a monster, and like, just seeing the things, the interactions of him, you know, Eddie Brock trying to fight, becoming the symbiote, and seeing all the stuff I'm talking about is from the trailer, like seeing the eyes bug out and whatnot. It's super dope, and it's really enjoyable, funny as hell, you know. And we get an amazing cameo, by the way. I'm not gonna say who, but like, it's great. I'm not even talking about the post-credit. I'm just talking about like what happens in the movie. It's a great cameo. I think overall what they can do for the sequel is just more focused on, I don't know, like maybe not rushing the story, as well as giving us better supporting characters besides Bougie and annoying Dan. You know, I maybe like have Eddie Brock have like a friend that he could kind of relate to, like how Ned Leakes is for Tom Holland Spider-Man. Maybe something that they could go back and forth. Like, I think it would be hilarious if Michael Peña's from Ant-Man was like Eddie Brock's best friend. I think the movie would have been hilarious. It would have made it better. But to each its own. Overall, guys, like I said, I give this movie a 7. I think it's dope. I think it has a lot of potential for the sequel, like what it could bring in the sequel. And as long as I get more Venom was honestly the dopest thing. His fighting, his just ability, the talk. It made me feel like it was Candyman talking, and it freaked me out, but it was so dope. There were so many times where my homie Asher, who I saw it with, would jump. And like, oh my god, like, you know, like, it caught her off guard, but she was like, it's so gross looking, but it's dope, it's cool. And it was overall a fun movie. And I recommend you guys to go check it out if you're on the fence about it after seeing the reviews, or just in general on the fence, like, how are they going to do a Venom movie without Spider-Man? Just give it a try. Give it a watch. You know, they want to build to eventually introducing Tom Holland into that universe, or like a Spider-Man into the universe. So just give it a try, bear with it. The sequel, I think, will already be better because of the post-credit scene, which is leaked online, and who the villain is most likely gonna be. I'm excited. My favorite villain on Marvel. So like, if you know who that is, you know who's coming. Hint, it similar color, red shirt, you know. So guys, I recommend going check it out, but hopefully you enjoyed my review. I didn't want to, it's hard because I would get into more spoiler parts of the movie if I went further into it. But guys, if you enjoyed my review, make sure to bomb the like button, click the subscribe button, turn on post notifications to be notified anytime I drop a video. Check out my Daredevil Season 3 official trailer reaction that I uploaded, or my various videos. The link will be in the description box down below. But guys, I really want to hear your comments down below. Let's have a talk about this movie, and were you excited or not? Or are you excited in general for the sequel as well? But with all that being said, guys, stay fresh, keep it fresh, and thank you for tuning in to the freshest dude on YouTube. 'Cause I'm out. Peace.